Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Woodish place tonight. It's Wednesday. Have we got a new Prime Minister? No, it's still the same Prime Minister as Monday, so I just like to keep checking on that one because you never know. Right, my microphone is on and I've got audio going. Mickey's microphone is on and he should have audio going, and Tracy's microphone is on, so she should have audio going. So hopefully tonight I won't mess it up. The reason I say that is because the episode from Monday, I released as a podcast earlier today. And when I was recording the intro and outro, I suddenly realised that in the first 10 minutes, there was quite a few blank bits where Tracy and Mickey weren't talking. Now, if you're watching the video, you can see what's going on. But if you're just listening to it, you haven't got a clue what's going on. All you're getting is dead air. So I had to go and quickly correct that. And now Mickey tells me that I've made myself sound like a woman. Anyway, good evening, Nat Green. How are you? Over to you, Mickey.
Hey, Nat. Sorry, what?
Over to you.
Well, yeah, I mean, you always sound like a woman, so it didn't really make that much difference. I just thought you were a bit more high-pitched than usual.
Okay, says the man with the silly
Good
accent.
evening, people. Welcome to the Woody Show. Hello, Nat. Welcome. How's Norwich this fine evening?
It's like Steve said, it's the butt plug he's got in. It makes you go a little bit higher.
Like everything else, it's a learning process. That's just something else that I've fucked up. For the technical minded, what I do is I use a high pass filter to roll the bass off my voice because I know I've got a very bass voice. And when I listen to it here on my studio quality loudspeakers, I hear that bass rumbling. It gives a very low rumble. It's called wow, actually. And so I use a high pass filter to just top the bottom of the bass off. But obviously Mickey has spotted it on his 5p set of loudspeakers. There we go. Right, okay. How are we all? Currently sat at the Bell Inn in Norwich, about to head home after a heavy day of drinking in Norwich. Heavy drinking in Norwich, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite common there because they've got fuck all else to do, have they? No jobs, nothing like that.
I was just about to say that. There's bugger all else to do in Norwich. You've got a cathedral and drinking.
Yeah, you can't. Well, you can only drink it now on a Sunday, can't you?
This is true. Yeah.
Huh? When you go and have a slurp out the old vicar's bottle of wine.
You're very dark again, Mickey. Have you relegated yourself to the dark corner?
Oh, fucking hell. You see the abuse I get. I come on here, give up my own free time, and all I get is abuse.
No, you're red.
There you go. That's better.
Yeah,
we like seeing you, Mickey.
I haven't done anything.
Whatever you did,
do it again.
Whatever you did, it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
We like seeing you, Mickey. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Of course, he's celebrating St Andrew's Day today, isn't it?
It is.
So all of Scotland's drunk. He's celebrating with Scotland, isn't he?
Yeah.
Why do I just have to say all of Scotland's drunk? That's a normal day, isn't it?
It's the start.
Yeah, but this is when that disgusting awful shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
wrapped up in a bloody lamb's
season.
intestine or whatever it is.
It's the start of the haggis hunting season today.
It's the start of the what?
Haggis hunting season.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I must admit, I've never had haggis. So a lot of people say it's quite nice, but I wouldn't know because I've never eaten it.
Go and get a bit of 2x4 and a circular saw and cut it in half, and all the bits that fly off at the bottom, pick them up, right?
Eat that.
And eat them.
Yeah.
And then you'll have a rough idea of what haggis tastes like. All right? If you don't like muesli, if you like muesli, you'll love haggis.
Not a fan of muesli, no.
It reminded me of, like, it was like bits of grain, so barley or something like that had a kind of meaty, savoury flavour to it. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be like really strongly awful.
So it's pretty awful tasting then.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be pretty awful tasting. But I thought it was going to be like.
I like that. That's very good, Mickey. I saw what you did there.
Yeah, well.
I thought we'd be able to taste like strong liver, kidneys, heart, lungs, and no, I didn't. It was just like a savoury, meaty.
Are we back to you eating eyeballs and arseholes again?
Not yet.
Okay.
Haven't got there yet. I don't think they put eyeballs and arseholes in haggis. If we're talking sausages, then yeah.
I mean, I've seen them, and just the look of that fucking skin that surrounds them's enough to put me off. It looks like they've shoved some sausage meat in a fucking used condom.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It does.
Just changing the subject just slightly. For my supper tonight, I've got the choice. Do I have fish finger sandwiches or do I have sausage and bacon sandwiches?
No, I got to be fish fingers with a bit of red sauce slapped on them, mate.
Oh.
I love fish fingers and red sauce on a butty. I used to have it as a kid.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fish fingers. They do. They come out quite nicely in the air fryer, Mickey. I'll tell you.
Yeah, come out nice and crisp,
Yeah.
and then you butter your bread and you let the butter soak into the.
I don't have sauce on them. I just put vinegar on them and I eat them like that. I don't have sauce on a lot of things.
I mean, whatever's a condiment of your choice, really. But
hello,
best pal. You've been missing in action. You just got back from the World Cup or something.
No,
just flown in on your fucking rocket you bought down from the pub. 50p.
One of Best Pal's friends escaped and killed a man. That's what the cow in my title is.
You what?
You what?
One of Best friends escaped and
Yeah.
killed a man. That's what the cow in the title is all about.
There's only one thing I
One of
can
his
say to
cows.
that.
What's
Yes,
that?
but no, but yes.
Okay. But yes, there was a
Mickey nearly smiled then.
escaped cow tramples man to death in town centre. A dangerously out of control cow, which escaped from a livestock auction house, attacked and trampled a man to death in the town centre. So the animal managed to walk out from Whitland Mark, Carmarthenshire, on Saturday, November the 19th, and injured the man in nearby North Road. I can't pronounce that. Dufford Powis? Yeah.
Stafford Powis.
Dufford Powis. The cow then strayed onto railway lines, forcing train operators to suspend services, and the animal eventually had to be put down because it was so frantic. So,
I
the
wonder
cow.
what he had a beef about, that cow.
Yeah.
Oh, the cow came across an elderly man in North Road where it attacked and trampled him, causing serious injury. It's just like, the cow went insane. It sounds like a comedy horror film, but Best Pal, you need to.
They did get smacked about, only in the second half.
This is normal.
Right? Yes. But, I mean, I've got to be honest and say I think Wales did well to actually get to the finals.
Oh yeah.
I think they did
it's the
really
first
well.
time since about 1958 or something.
Yeah, I think
Something
they
like
did
64
really well.
years. Yeah.
And they also did well in the Euros, and I think they'll qualify for the next Euros.
And the next World
They
Cup.
got some nice. Yeah, I think they got some nice, tasty young players coming through. I think perhaps Bale should hang on for another year or so just to help the youngsters to come through. Same with Aaron Ramsey, they should stay on for a little while just to help the youngsters come through. But I think by the time the Euros comes round,
Amperdou's an
that
impressive
they
player,
both
isn't he?
retire. That what?
Amperdou's an impressive player, isn't he?
Yeah,
Amperdou,
yeah. He played. Who's he play for? West Ham.
I think so, yeah.
Somebody like that. I think one of the London
The
clubs.
trouble with that game is you noticed it quite often. You'd see the two teams, you'd see somebody from the Wales side and somebody from the England side sharing a joke. And Sean said, "What's all that about?" And I said, "Well, they play for the same team in the English league." So that is that is one of the problems. That's why that was never going to be a rip-roaring match. And I can tell you now, if England meet Argentina or Brazil and play like they did yesterday, we are going to get slaughtered.
Yeah. But that poor old guy that got smacked right on the top of the head.
Twice.
They should. Yeah, but they should have took him off the first time.
Yeah.
They should have took him off straight. And like I listened to Alan Shearer at half time, and he said they should do what they do in rugby, which is have a head injury substitute. You know, so they can take him off, look at him. If he's good, he can then come back on.
Right, I thought you meant cuddle.
No.
That's what they do in rugby.
Haven't they got something like that? Because I know.
Well, what they do is somebody comes off with concussion, then that allows them to use an extra substitute.
To sort it out, yeah.
But But that also applies to the other team.
Yes.
Exactly, best pal. They need a temporary sub who can come on while he's assessed off the pitch.
Okay.
And then if he's well enough, then he can come back on the pitch.
I can tell you,
which is what they do with rugby.
On Twitter.
But I think they give about 10 minutes or something.
No, it's a good idea. On Twitter, there's been a lot of piss taken about that because people have been saying, that poor guy got hit on the head by a ball. What's he talking about? But I'll tell you what, right? I'll tell you what, you get hit when you're not expecting it and you're not ready for it. Because when you got a header, your neck's braced and everything. You get hit when you're really not expecting it. It doesn't fucking hurt. I agree.
Yeah, but it's also on the top of his head, Steve, which is a lot different to being hit on your forehead. Top of his head with a ball travelling around 80 mile an hour. That's gonna fucking.
Oh no, I knew. And when he got knocked the second time.
Hello, Prize Woodpecker. Long time no see. Oh yes, all right. We've been doing a bit of swapping, and I don't mean like that.
Clip that, Tracy. Clip that. Clip that.
You just reminded me I'm supposed to be writing down topics, aren't I? Here.
Yeah, we've been.
Bloody hell.
I've been relegated to the naughty corner apparently.
It's the dark corner.
Would you like me to swap you two back?
Go on then.
It doesn't bother where I am as long as I'm here.
It's easier for me to play with Mickey.
Pardon? Don't clip that either. Not Steve to play with me. Oh, here we go.
It's easier for me to. Look.
There you go. Look, I've put them back. See, okay. How's that? Does that sort out your OCD, Woodpecker?
I do like playing with Mickey. One thing that was hilarious in one of the previous streams, I pick up. You know when we were closer together on screen, and what happens is I pick up my cup and you obviously can't see the cup. And as I pick up my cup, Mickey must knock his mic, but it actually looks like I knock his mic. So it actually looks like we are sat next to each other and I knock his mic as I pick the cup up. I'm going to have to find that and clip that so that I can show you.
Funny enough, Prize Woodpecker, we were talking about bloody deers leaping at us the other night. But we have little munkjacks. £180 8 point is a bit bigger. Oh, you scooped it up and took it home, mate. Done the right thing then. We're not allowed to over here, are we?
Are we?
Yeah, we are. No, we're not. Basically, what happens is if you've hit a deer or somebody's hit a deer, you must inform the landowner for permission because something like that. Sean.
However, if you come along afterwards and see it laying on the side of the road, you can
pick it up and take it away. It's just the person that hits it.
Oh wow.
But if you hit it, you can't.
To be honest, every deer I've seen at the side of the road really doesn't look appetising at all. I've normally had about 20 cars and 6 HGVs over them.
Yeah.
I really, I do fancy a deer pie, but not with the tyre track on it.
A bit of venison's quite nice. I like that. But not, like you say, not with an 18-wheeler sat on it. No.
So I guess there's absolutely nothing stopping you from, oops, I didn't hit that deer. Let's take it home.
Well, there's nothing stopping you doing that.
So
except your own conscience.
Yeah.
And your honesty and integrity.
My conscience would be.
But I don't think you'll be doing a lot of that on your bicycle, will you, Tracy? I mean, you won't be.
No, I think my conscience would be bad enough knowing that I killed the deer, but then as long as I give it a good home.
Yeah, but once it's dead, it's just food, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like the actual thing of me hitting it is worse than me not telling the landowner.
Yeah.
So that's where my conscience would be. But as long as he's got a home in my freezer, that's.
You got to cut the antlers off first. I don't think they fit in your freezer with the antlers still attached.
Assuming it's a male.
I was going to say,
assuming
it's a full-grown male as well, because they lose their antlers, don't they? And then they regrow them or something.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not allowed to hunt over here, Woody. We're really not, Mr. Woodpecker.
Oh, of course, best pal, you were over there, weren't you? Go on, do tell. Apart from Qatar was an all right experience, but their opinions towards women are not the best.
Which is going to cause a problem tomorrow.
Yeah.
It is tomorrow because like I suggested for a topic, tomorrow in the Costa Rica versus Germany, the 3 actual referee and the 2 lines persons and the referee are actually going to be women. First time ever in the Men's World Cup.
Excellent.
Which I think is a
and
good thing.
I think it's absolutely smashing. Yeah. Well, they called your wife property.
Yeah, that's all women are.
If you ever said that, she'd smash your face.
Did you get offered anything for her? And why didn't you take it?
I got offered stuff for Donna when we were in Turkey, 2 camels and a sports shop.
Sports shop?
Yeah, seriously. You can have my shop and 2 camels. Because she's blonde. That's why we won't go back to Turkey again, because it's bloody...
It's because the camels remember you. You're worried in case the camels remember you.
Exactly, innit? Yeah. And this time I'll take the stepladder.
Women, until relatively recently in the Western world, were classed as men's property, which is why, taking it down to the very basic bit, which is why women take on men's names, because when they're born, their husband's names, because when they're born, they take on their father's surname, and when they're married, that transfers the property of the woman being a property. Is then transferred to the person who marries her and now owns her, and therefore she takes his surname. And it's relatively recently, I think it was sort of something like the 1980s, there were banks who wouldn't give a single woman, a bank account. You had to have like your father or your husband opening it for you, and that's here. So, but I can imagine that Qatar is even more than that, as in like proper property.
Don't they have to walk 2 steps behind you or something over there?
I might mind do that anyway.
Fuck me, I can't keep up with mine. She's streaking ahead of me. My poor old knees. God, she's like a whippet.
You were like Jesus. Best pal, you were like Jesus Christ. Well, it is nearly Christmas, so you oh, I have risen. But yeah.
But yeah.
Did you just sing I've got rhythm?
Who?
Tracy. Well, wasn't you, was it, Mickey?
No, I didn't.
No, okay.
I just went, no. Oh, I said, Jesus Christ, I have risen. Oh.
Right, okay.
Oh.
Best pal reckons
it wasn't you, Mickey. Can't you remember if you did it or not? Are you at that age?
Best pal.
I am at that age, yeah.
Best pal reckons that he was Jesus Christ in Qatar.
Yeah, dressed in a long robe and a ragged thing on his head. Mind you, I see a lot of England supporters.
I'd like to think of him more nailed to a cross with a crown of thorns and bleeding.
With a firework.
Yeah.
He had his bucket hat on his Welsh shirt.
Yeah, what is it with the bucket hats? I asked my missus, who's Welsh, and I said, well, what is it with a bucket hat? She said, look, not everybody in that stadium's got a bucket hat on. I said, no, none of the fucking England ones have. I said, all the Welsh ones. Why is it with Welsh and bucket hats? What is it? Is it a national? Is it like the national costume now?
Oh dear.
A bucket hat is one of the better hats that you can wear, though, because it covers the back of your neck and over your face.
As long as it ain't got a leak in it.
Dear Liza.
See what I did there again? Boom, boom.
I know.
I don't know.
We all noticed the Welsh were wearing bucket hats. The English weren't wearing bucket hats, but the Welsh were. It's well known that Welsh football supporters wear bucket hats, and I want to know what that's all about. How did that come about?
English men who support football can often be sort of twats who don't protect themselves from the sun anyway. So.
Did you see that guy, that English guy? He always takes his shirt off at the match, and they made him put it back on because it was against their bloody custom. he weren't a sort of trim looking guy either. He's a bit like Steve, you know.
Oh, it's always the ones that you really should really should keep their clothes on, that take their clothes off. You know, when they're walking down the street in the middle of London, and it's the ones that have got tits bigger than mine and a big old beer belly, and sweaty and burnt in places and that, and they're always the ones that have the opinion.
I'm getting a bit
what
worried
women...
now. She's described me down to a T.
Bloody hell, walking around in London with half your clothes off.
Well, tits bigger than yours, I can agree with.
They're the ones
We have seen them.
I mean, look, Tracy, you're working with two completely big tits.
4 if you include mine.
Oh dear.
I was talking about yours.
Yeah, and I was talking about you two.
Oh.
4 if you include mine.
Mickey's going to die. Mickey's gone bright red in the face there. He's going to choke.
I don't know what's the matter with me collar tonight.
Yeah. So it's never a Brad Pitt.
Oh, it's a yeah, not no yeah.
Yeah.
It's never a Brad Pitt that you see walking down the road with his shirt off. It's always the big sweaty ones.
What?
It's never a Brad. We were just talking about men who take their shirts off in public. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm saying it's never the Brad Pitt, gorgeous looking guys, fit looking guys who take their shirts off and walk down the road. It's always the ones with the big tits, the beer bellies, the sunburn in various random places.
They think they look like Brad Pitt.
And always a slim. Well, and it's always not the slim bird you see with a fucking belly top on, isn't it?
Exactly.
Huh?
Exactly.
Oh dear.
You see, some birds, they turn around and their tits are on their knees.
I asked my wife to show me hers the other day. She lifted her skirt up.
Best pal, I am not judging people. I am not a body shamer, but just some people. Some people.
She's stereotyping and judging.
Some people.
What do you reckon, Mickey?
Think they're Brad Pitt and take their top off and walk around judging other people while they're the ones who's got the body dysmorphia, shall we say?
I think she's judging people.
I think she's judging people. Fuck it.
Okay then.
Yeah. Now, if we were to say that about women,
there you go.
Oh my God, here
judge
we go.
Away.
You just did though, Mickey. And Steve is doing something that he said he would
exactly.
do.
You see, Woody's got it right. Mr. Woodpecker there. Everyone judges everybody every day.
Yeah.
There you go, Tracy. Look, see. Now judge me.
You could have put your fucking bra on before you took
Look
that.
at those tits. Look at those tits. Look.
Eris just got here. What's going on?
Hey.
Tracy's being very judgmental. She's complaining about fat blokes with big tits that take their shirts off.
No, I'm talking about the ones that you see walking down the street who have got their own opinions on women in the street. I'm just saying. All
you see
right,
my scar
okay.
there? Look, mascara. Look.
I thought it
That's
said
nice.
mascara then.
I'm going to have my gallbladder out.
Thank you, Eris.
Oh, dear. What's
I'm
it,
not-
you women sticking together now, is it? Hey, come on.
No. No. You obviously weren't listening, or I wasn't explaining it properly. Doesn't matter. Look.
I'm going to have a fucking heart attack in a minute. Stop digging, Tracy.
I'm going to have to, yeah. I'm going to have to.
Dear.
Shall I cover up again?
No, you're
I
fine.
think you better.
All right, I will.
No. Excuse me. That's better. Thank you. You can leave your hat on.
I know a song about that.
We're not talking about anything, It's not us judging, is it, Nicky?
No,
Tracy's been judging, right? She wants everybody walking down the street naked, looking like Brad Pitt.
No, that is
No,
not
but
what I
yeah,
said.
but no.
That is not what I said. I said, because you said that the Qatar officials don't want the guys taking their tops off.
Yes.
And I said,
Look, stop. Best pal, are you off your fucking nut? Are you completely off your nut? Well, we know you are. Right, go on, Tracy. Carry on with your judgmental comments.
You guys said about the Qatar officials making guys who take their tops off put their tops back on, and I said, thank fuck for that.
And then you went on about how you wanted everybody to be naked and looking like Brad Pitt.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Walking down London looking like Brad Pitt instead of some fat geezer who just come off the military side with bloody huge boobs.
Exactly. He's sitting there in judgmental corner.
Look at the look
Watch
on
me, he was shut Tracy up. Bloody hell, I never thought that would happen.
No, that is not what I said either, best pal.
Well, why don't you explain it? Just like you explained the offside rule. Why don't you explain to us exactly what you meant then, Tracy?
I'm fucking dying here.
Mickey's having an excellent night.
He's going to ejaculate in a minute, careful. Right, come on, Tracy, explain it to us exactly what you meant then.
This big old fat geezer walking down the street with the tops off instead of Brad Pitt. Well, there's only one Brad Pitt, so you're unlikely to see him walking about.
You're not wrong, Price Woodpecker. Come on, Tracy, explain to us what you meant then.
Well,
Brad Pitt is right.
No, it doesn't matter because the moment's gone now. I was in the flow, but it doesn't matter. No, I didn't say that either, best pal. No, I didn't say that.
I did.
Mickey did.
Yeah, Mickey did. Mickey did. Oh, he's moved, isn't he?
I said, why is it always the larger ladies you see with the belly top on? Huh? And you'll see that on Saturday night when Tracy's got a T-shirt on.
Oh, God. You're talking about that? I'm going to look like a sausage it bursting out of its skin again.
Yeah, that's what most circumcised men look like. You'll be pleased to know, dear audience, that I am not judgmental in the slightest, right? I am not judgmental in the slightest, right? Because I look beyond the outer wrapper and I see the beautiful person within.
Yes.
All right? So
yes,
I don't judge in that respect. I don't care what somebody looks like on the outside. It's what they're like on the inside that matters.
My wife obviously doesn't care what it looks like on the outside, does she? No. 38 years with me. Cool.
So I'm just saying that I don't judge because I've discovered that in my life, right, people that are considered quite ugly by society have been quite beautiful people, and vice versa. People that are considered quite beautiful can actually be very ugly on the inside. So I don't judge. I'm the least judgmental, so I don't care if you're 80, covered in wrinkles, needed going over with a steam iron, and you're wearing a belly top, or you've got a belly hanging over so far the only way you can see your cock is to put a mirror on the ground, and you're walking down the street with your shirt off. I don't care. If you're happy to do that, go for it. That shut them both up, didn't it?
Yeah.
I do agree, Harry. Some people are not self-aware, and some people really shouldn't take their clothes off in public. That's what you mean, Tracy, wasn't it?
Look, I kind of had 2 points.
Yes, we can see them.
One of them was that women generally get told to cover up, but the men walk around with everything hanging out, right? Whatever they look.
Not quite everything, is it?
But then I did say none of them look like Brad Pitt, but that wasn't being judgmental. That was an observation.
Yeah.
But my other point is that generally a lot of these guys who walk around with everything hanging out have a very judgmental attitude to women that they deem to be ugly. And I've been on the receiving end of insults from guys who clearly think they're Brad Pitt, but they've got some kind of body dysmorphia going on, because what I see is not Brad Pitt. I see a sweaty bloke with tits bigger than mine telling me that I'm an ugly fat bitch. So there's where I was going with that, but I didn't manage to get it out.
I didn't understand a word of that, did you, Mickey?
We're all glad for that.
There you go.
I like the way that I put it, Tracy. It's much better.
I mean, I'm more a John Candy than I am a. I know he's dead, but I'm more a John
No,
Candy than a Brad
actually, no,
Pitt.
you got it spot on, Mickey. You are more like a dead John Candy.
And let me tell you something that I would prefer. There's when people talk about dad bod is a sexy thing. It's a normal, actual, average, normal-looking guy who's got a bit of moves and got a bit of belly, a little bit too hairy or a little bit patchy or whatever. That's
Eris, please.
We've been swapped round.
We just had this conversation. I always used to be on the side that I'm on now, and then Steve changed it up. Prize Woody decided that he didn't like it like that, so
Prize
we've changed
Woodpecker
back, and now
basically
you're
said-
saying I'm on the wrong
I
side.
may have got it wrong, but Price Walker basically said, tell Mickey to roll over and take it the right way round.
Oh, is
Yeah,
that what he said?
Mickey needs to be in red.
He does need to be
Why
red.
am I wearing them?
Anyway,
So fucking judgmental.
She did it
anyway,
again, didn't she?
There she is saying she's not judgmental.
a lot of women.
and now she's
a lot
telling
of
me
women
what I
like
should
the-
be wearing and where I should be
Yeah.
sitting.
A lot of women like the dad bod look over Brad Pitt, and I'm going. That's me. Yeah, there you go. I genuinely prefer that. So I'm not doing it. You two have had your tits out, and I'm not. So, but genuinely, that's what I prefer to see over some. Who's the guy that everyone went bonkers over? The Jason Momoa.
Jason
What's his
Momoa
name?
played
Momoa.
Aquaman.
Momoa, yeah,
Momoa.
yeah.
Momoa.
I took one. You look at his body, and I'm like, what? What is that? And then somebody photoshopped his beard off, and yeah, under that beard, that's not a looker. But the package, people go for. It's like, yum. Thank you, Eris. Yes, they do.
I'm really,
So anyway-
I really am different to you two because I'm really not into that at all. Like I said before, I've always seen the beauty inside, not the outside.
Well, I should hope you're not into dad bods, because
And I really don't give a fuck what people think about what I look like, as you know, Tracy. I really don't give a fuck at all. If people don't like what I look like, that's their problem, not mine. And if I want to walk down Oxford Street with my shirt off, pretending I'm Brad Pitt, then I'll fucking do it, and I'll do it without giving a shit what anybody thinks. Care to join me, Mickey?
Not in Oxford Street.
All right. You prefer to do it in Norwich on a Saturday night?
Yeah, I'll go there with. I can meet up with Nat, can't I? And we both do it down in Norwich.
No, Erich, I've never given a shit about what people think what I look like. But I'll tell you why I don't give a shit about what people think I look like, because this is what I was given, this is what I've got. Live with it or fuck off.
That's, I mean,
see, sorry, Mick.
I can't understand
Yeah.
why, and this is probably mainly women, why at the age of 60 or 70 they're trying to make themselves look like they're fucking 30 again.
Oh, yeah.
You know, all this plastic surgery, bollocks, buttocks, whatever you like to call it. I don't understand that. Grow old gracefully. You're still the same person on the inside. The skin might
Taking
get
the
a bit
piss.
wrinkly. You know, I'm not taking
No,
the
I'm
piss.
taking. I'm
we
going to
don't
take a
grow
piss.
Oh, No, but do you understand what I'm saying, Tracy? I don't know. I don't understand all that.
Yeah. No, I don't understand it either. But I think, well, it's up to them. It's their money to spend, and
Well, yeah.
But I don't like. I personally, I don't like it when they look completely different, unless that's what they were going for.
Well, yeah.
You know. And I mean, I'm similar to Steve. See, this is the thing. I am similar to Steve in the sense that at the age that I am now, because years ago I would have changed everything, but the age I'm now.
But you're not wrinkly. I know you're old, but you're still not wrinkly yet.
Yeah, no, but I didn't mean I'm the same as Steve as in wrinkles. I meant I'm the same as Steve as in this is what I've been given. So if you don't like it, well, you don't have to lay in bed next to it. So whatever.
Well, I ain't got nothing to shout about, have I? You know.
But it's wasting. Sorry, Best Fell says it's wasting.
I do think it's a waste of money. I mean, because just grow old gracefully. You are who you are. You know. I don't know.
But,
anyway, I'll shut up about it.
And also, Steve said that he looks at the inside rather than the packaging and everything. And yeah,
that's more. Yeah.
I do that as well. I find confidence sexy. And you can be right. I'm sorry. It's not judgmental or judging people on looks, but you can be the most beautiful person, but if you don't like physically, but
I am.
Yeah, there you go. But if you don't have the confidence, you then become less attractive because you know, but also nobody likes sort of an egomaniac. I just like somebody who's got quiet confidence that knows that they know who they are. Not that they know that they're gorgeous, just that they know who they are. They know their abilities. They know themselves, and they carry themselves with quiet confidence. Quiet confidence is sexy.
See, there you go, prize woodpeckers. Do you see?
Oh. Obviously wasn't listening when I explained.
Sorry. Dyeing grey hair, makeup, Botox. Where do you draw the line? Like against surgery or? No, I just think that people should be natural, Eris. I mean, call me old-fashioned if you like.
You're old-fashioned.
Call me an old grumpy old.
You're a grumpy old.
I am. But yeah, but why do you want to cover up your age? Why would you? This is what I don't understand. I mean, you're a young lady. You explain to me why do people want to do that?
Can I look? As most of you know.
I mean, who wants to look like a fucking duck?
As most of you know, I'm currently going through chemotherapy at the moment, and one of the things they said to me is you're going to lose your hair. Which I have. I mean, I've completely lost my pubic hair. I can't believe that. I mean, I was bald as a baby down there. And they said you lose your hair. You probably won't lose your eyebrows, but you lose your hair all over. So what I did is I thought, fuck it, I'm going to own this problem. And I shaved my head off. I didn't shave my head off. I shaved my hair off because I'm going to own this problem. Because I'm not going to bother with a wig or anything like that. I'm going to go completely bald, and I'm going to be proud of it. I'm going to own it. And if anybody asks me, where's your hair? I'm going to say I'm on chemotherapy. And I don't understand. I don't actually understand that there are a couple of women in the chemotherapy suite now that have done exactly the same thing. That I go with. They walk in completely bald like me. They don't cover their head up in any way, and they own it. And I admire them for owning it because they don't give a shit what anybody else thinks, because they're going through their own personal hell, and to actually try and accommodate their looks for other people, as well as dealing with what they're having to deal with, I think it's taking the piss. And I like it that they stand up and say, "Look, I'm bald." And I own it, and I think it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I just thought I'd say that.
Yeah. No, totally agree with you. And I agree to a certain extent with Prize Woodpecker says it's their money and spend it on that. But I just don't understand why people want to do it. And again, with air in there, look.
I've got to tell you, Mickey, the
can,
fish finger's lost. I put sausages in the air fryer.
Oh, well, there you go. But, you can look good without bloody blowing yourself up with.
I'm going to sort of partially agree with Eris, but also partially agree with Mickey, because it's working with what you've got and just enhancing what you've got. It's like, it's a bit like everyone or most people go for a haircut. Why do they go for a haircut? It's completely cosmetic.
I go for a haircut because I'm told I need a haircut.
Yeah, me too. Look,
if I had my choice, my hair would be halfway down my freaking back.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this into a bit of context and say, I'm wearing makeup.
Yeah, Steve is actually wearing more makeup than me.
I am wearing makeup. I'm actually wearing makeup.
That is true. That is not a piss take. He's actually wearing more makeup.
They know I'm wearing makeup because they see me put it on just before the stream starts. But I'm actually wearing makeup. Just thought I'd mention that.
Yeah.
I put makeup on Monday.
Steve's actually wearing more makeup than me. He thought I wore that I wear foundation and powder and blusher, and I don't. Honestly, if I got a makeup wipe to this, the only thing I'm wearing is a little bit of mascara under there and some lipstick.
And Bryce Woodpecker, that is my point, and that is what I was thinking of at the time. Yeah. But Madonna and Cher to some extent as well.
And if you've seen Sharon Osbourne recently, her latest facelift has pulled everything kind of behind her head.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding people. I'm actually wearing makeup. I'm actually wearing this. This is Rimmel Stay Matte. I'm actually wearing this on my face, and I put it on with a makeup brush. And the reason I'm wearing it is because I'm sitting under two very powerful studio lights, and I get a hell of a shine on my head, and a hell of a shine on my nose, and a hell of a shine on my eyes. And I don't like how it looks on camera when I shine. So that is a bit of vanity. That's me wearing makeup because of vanity. But it's also to do with the exposure levels, because I know what burning and dodging is. And when it causes my camera's exposure levels to go off. But yeah, I'm wearing makeup, which is just a little bit of vanity. Just thought I'd mention that. And I don't care that I tell people that I'm wearing makeup, because that is what virtually every big streamer, they won't admit it, but virtually every big streamer does, is they wear makeup before they go on stream, because they want to stop some of the things. Like if you look at Mickey, and I'm not being nasty about Mickey, but if you look at the top of Mickey's head, he's got a hell of a shine on it. And that's what makeup removes. In this case, the makeup I've got, it stops that shine, which can be distracting. But I just thought I'd mention it. Yeah, I'm wearing makeup. So what? Get the fuck over it.
Woo.
The biggest problem is when I forget to take it off, and I get it on the pillow. And I wake up in the morning, and there's matted powder on the pillow.
At a certain point, everyone in Hollywood will have the surprise look that Kenny Rogers had for so long.
I put 6 Richmond sausages in the air fryer, 200 degrees for 17 minutes, right? And then I'm going to get them on a plate, and I'm going to put a great big dollop of tomato ketchup on the side of the plate, and I'm going to come in, I'm going to dip in, I'm going to eat them.
Nice.
Oh. I didn't get sausages with my...
There you go. Look, Eris is telling you, you're using bad makeup, Steve, if it gets on your pillow.
It's because I don't take it off. It's only powder that I put on. I don't use anything else, Eris. It's just literally powder that I put on to take off the shine. I don't put anything else on. I don't put blush or anything else on. And powder doesn't stay on. It's powder. It does what powder does. It comes off on the pillow if I don't remember to take it off. Most nights I remember to take it off, though. I've got some wet wipes that I use, and I just take it off. But some nights I have forgotten. Which only because
the one and only time that I wore foundation and powder was my wedding, so 14, nearly 15 years ago. The one and only time, and I hated it. It felt like I was wearing a greasy mask, and I know it's not supposed to be greasy, but that's how it felt on my face. And sort of as the day went on, it got more and more dry. And as I was smiling, I was getting like lines, and it was awful. I don't wear that anyway. But yeah, I mean, obviously I would do if I was on stream and I had shiny bits going on. But not bothering.
But my own self-image, it's a funny conversation we're having tonight. It's not the way that I imagine the stream going.
No.
But my own self-image is I really, and Eris, coming back to what I said, I really don't give a shit what people think about how I look. I've got what I got and I can't change it. I'm comfortable with myself. I'm comfortable with my looks and I'm comfortable with three things in my life. I'm comfortable with how I look. I'm comfortable with my sexuality. And I'm comfortable with my spirituality. And I consider those three things to be mine and mine alone. And if you're comfortable with them, if you're comfortable with them, then there's nothing anybody else can say that can really offend you because you're comfortable. I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense, Tracy?
It does. It does. Yes, sorry, hold on. Just managed to click on something and it started playing. Yeah, no, it does. I was thinking as you were talking and saying about spirituality and your sexuality and did you say your looks?
How I look, yeah. Yeah, my image.
What about,
my image.
but also your personality. Is that going to be a fourth one?
I've got a personality.
No. You said.
Yes, I was going to say my personality. I thought you said. I didn't realise I had a personality.
There's one there somewhere, Steve.
Okay.
We haven't found it yet. You keep it well hidden.
Yeah. I'm Mr. Introvert, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I agree. I think what was
I thought that was my job, but never mind.
What was that? What?
Introvert. I thought that was my job.
Oh yeah, that's your job for the night. Yeah, no, I agree because as you were talking, I was thinking that as well. But also, as I said, I would add to that the personality as well. I mean, there's bits of my personality or bits about my character, not so much the personality, but my character that I wish I could just tweak. But I'm not going to. I'm not even going to try because that would be false. So I'm actually happy with how I am because I'd rather be how I am and real and have flaws than fake it. So Eris says it's harder for girls, especially on Twitch, is part of the reason I do a VTube. You can get creepy people sometimes, and I feel it's safer to be a VTube.
Can I just clarify that a VTuber or a VTube is a cartoon or a character that's acting on the screen. I was
just about to ask that, showing my ignorance then.
Acting on a screen to your direction. In other words, when you move your mouth, they move their mouth. When you move your hand, they move their hand. Is that what we're talking about with the VTuber, Eris? Just to clarify that.
Eris is a cat on her stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I totally get that. If you're a woman,
did you hear that?
Not even. What?
I did say. I was just wondering what.
But yeah.
You know.
She does it all the time. She starts sentences with yeah, but no, but yeah. We don't know what's going on. We're fucking confused.
I agree, Eris. But you're a woman on the internet. A female on the internet is going to get it all the bloody time. Just on my Twitter, I put out a thing that we're going live tonight, and I get people creeping into my DMs saying, "Hello, can we be friends? I want to get to know you." That's the cleaner one. I mean, obviously, I get photographs. You
can say, yes, you can get me to know me on Twitch tonight.
No, but this is the thing. I don't want them. It's creep central. And
I've never been sent a cockpick.
That's because you're a bloke.
No, I've never been sent a pair of tits either.
That's because you're a bloke.
I've had the women that have sent me private messages where they're all akimbo and naked and saying, "Would you like to be my friend?"
That would be a bloke.
And I reply, "Well, have you got anything smaller?"
But that'll be a bloke trying to get you to pay for the pictures that.
And you know what it fucking is, Tracy.
Every cent. Well, I
said I wasn't good looking. I didn't say I was stupid.
Eris said I get creepy DMs and I'm a VTube cat. Exactly. There's guys out there who'll be getting off to your voice.
I won't say what I was going to do. Sorry.
What were you going to say? What was that in relation?
I can't. No.
What was it?
No, I wasn't. No, because I don't want to offend Eris.
Oh, he's been getting off to your voice.
No, not at all. No. I was just thinking perhaps they were after some pussy. Oh, sorry, I've said it now. Sorry,
that's
Erin.
not offensive. That's just being funny. That's just being funny. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's not being. That's. Yeah. If you were to do that in private message, it might be a bit different. But that's just funny. No.
Yeah.
I sort of understand that because my missus, even though she does nothing on the internet that can be regarded in any way as sexual in any way, right? She still gets that happening to her. And I agree with what Erich says, that a woman on the internet, and it is very much like, it's like a throwback to 150 years ago when women really were second-class citizens and just there for men's amusement. And a woman on the internet does have a lot of hurdles to overcome in that respect, because as soon as they stick their head above the parapet, the pervs and the very sick people that all they can do is jerk off in their mother's underwear are going to come out and think that they've got a chance with them because they're on the internet. So a woman putting herself on the internet, like Tracy, like Erich does, is saying to some men, I'm here, come and get me. And that is the wrong attitude. And I agree, that is not your problem, Erich. That is not Tracy's problem. That is the problem of the man that's sitting there thinking that's what it means. And unfortunately, there are some men are like that out there. There are Neanderthals. I mean, they mouth breathe and they knuckle drag. You see them in the street all the time. They're normally the ones wearing no shirt, thinking they're Brad Pitt.
There was one time that I got a DM from someone. I'm going to have to try and remember this because it was a couple of years ago or so ago, and I got a DM from this guy who said it was something like, "Send me your sex videos," and I was like, "What? That's you need to go and find someone who sells sex videos." And he said something like, "Well, you put your picture up on Twitter, so that's why I asked for something." And I was like, and I went and looked at my Twitter, and I was going, now I wonder which one, which was mostly memes. I wonder which one he might even be thinking about. And that's why I've got a Lego man as my
God, that is so sexy.
I know. It's that plastic.
Somebody once asked me for a sex picture, so I sent them a news report with a Waco massacre.
I tend to do that if I get send me. Basically, a lot of times they don't say send me your picture. They say send me a picture. So I send a picture. I just send a picture. I grab one off of Google Images of like a landscape or a train or something, just something. And a lot of times sometimes they come back and they say, "Well, what is this?" I say, "Well, you asked for a picture." But you didn't specify.
I agree, Trey. No, coming back to this, right? And I agree, Erich. And I understand completely why you're a YouTuber, and I completely understand why you do it. And I think if I was I'm a bit different. My personality is a bit different. If I was a woman, I would personally make a career out of being on OnlyFans. That's me. All right, that's me. I would use what I have. But I do understand that not everybody's me, and I do understand that some people don't want to expose that much of themselves, and that's why I completely understand you being a VTuber. But by the same token, there are some women that have actually embraced it. I mean, I don't watch her. I don't particularly like her because I'm not one of these people. I don't like softcore porn. I like it either full on hard or not at all. Softcore porn doesn't do anything for me. Which I don't. I know Tracy loves Amaruth, but I don't like her. It's just, to me, it's just boring. But she is a woman using what she's got to make the best of it, and I admire her for that. That doesn't mean I think that she's a slut. I just think she's making the most of it, and I think, given what I know now, if I was her age with her looks, I think my personality is such that I think I'd probably do the same. But I mean, right now, nobody wants to see a 63-year-old man semi-naked. I mean, I noticed when I took my shirt off, we lost half our viewers instantly. They're probably still chucking up now, but, that's how it is. But yeah, I do completely understand, Erich, why you feel the need to be a VTuber. And I completely respect it as well. And I think it's good that you're still, even though you know that even as a VTuber, you're going to get that sort of a unwanted male attention, you still do it. And I think it's good. And I do feel sometimes like apologising for my gender. I really do. I mean, the one thing that really annoys me is these men that say, "Oh, she was raped because she was asking for it because of the way she was dressed." I think that's ridiculous. You know, I think that's ridiculous. I can admire a scantily clad woman with a smile, and I don't want to rape her.
No, it's not a sex thing; it's a power thing.
Yeah, and
I've got to the stage
then
now
to blame the victim, and then to blame the victim, it was just an incredible thing. You know, well, she was wearing a short skirt. She was asking to be raped. How is that asking to be raped? Do you want to explain that to me? And I agree. Ammo has a lot to deal with, but she's got such a personality that she can overcome it. And I also think she looks at her bank account as well, and that helps her overcome it.
But that's why I like Ammo. It is exactly why Eris has said it. She has to deal with so much shit, and it's insane how she deals with it. And that's what I haven't watched her for a while, but that is when I watch her, because I don't watch all the ASMR stuff. I'm not interested in that. But when she's talking and when she's talking to the audience,
I'm going to check my sausages back in a minute.
Oh, that is what I like about Amaranth, is just the way she deals with her audience, and the way she deals with the twat. Sorry, you were going to say something a minute ago, Mickey, but Steve carried on talking.
Well, yeah, it's that now. I'm getting to the stage now where when I'm on the beach, I get worried about looking at people scantily dressed because I'm scared of the reaction that I'll get from them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's got to the stage now that, I mean, yeah, exactly that. You know, you worry. Oh, I mean, yeah, we all see nice girls and think, yeah, that's. But these days they'll turn around and what you're staring at, you know, and this sort of thing. And I know, so I got to the stage now that I do worry about. So, and you daren't, like back when I was young, you daren't give them a compliment in case it's taken the same way and they think some old boy is trying to fucking pull something.
Do you know what, Mickey? You just reminded me of something, right? And I see it because when I go up for my hospital appointments, like tomorrow, I've got to go up for a PICC line change, and my PICC line change appointment is at 4:00. And that means that I have to leave here at 3:15, which is school kicking out time. And it always makes me laugh that you see all these schoolgirls in the sixth forms come out with their black tights on and their little short dresses. And all they do is they're constantly pulling their little dresses down, their little skirts down, right? And I think, well, you want people to see what you've got. Don't wear such a short skirt. Rather than wearing a short skirt and then constantly have to pull it down. And you just reminded me of that, Mickey. No, I spend my time looking at schoolgirls, sorry.
I'm a bit worried because tomorrow I got to pick my granddaughter up from school, you know, and I'm going to be walking. It's the first time I've ever walked into the school playground, and I'm just worried that people are going to look at what's this fucking old boy.
Yeah, but you shouldn't give a shit about that.
Wandering into it, you know. No, it does. Sorry, but they do.
They won't. They won't.
But even
if you walk in naked, they might.
Yeah. But even if they do, who gives a shit? You really shouldn't give a shit. It's you're there to pick up your granddaughter and you're proud of her and everything.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
whatever.
I know damn well she'll come running out of the door straight up to me, granddad, give me a hug.
No.
She will do, because that's what she always does. When she'll come in, first thing she does, she don't go to my wife, she'll come to me, granddad, and give me a hug.
But you were saying about on being on the beach and like being worried about looking at people and stuff, and I think beach is totally
different. But you can't help it, can you?
No,
you know, I mean, you glance, but
I think
the looks and the comments you can get these days is.
No, I agree, Mickey. I agree. It can be dangerous for men. It can be. It's a trap. It can be a trap.
Although you don't mean anything by it, of course, because. I mean, I'm looking out across a beach. I'm going to look at people, aren't you? You're going to see people. And I mean, not being funny, where I go, there's a lot of them who wear these little thong bikinis. You can't help staring at the butt cheeks bloody wobbling, can you? Huh?
You can't look at them and think that's got to be jam because jelly don't shake like that.
Exactly that.
But a beach
No, but
is
you
a
know
totally
what?
different
I know what I mean, but I
situation,
can't
because
explain it very well.
A beach is way more acceptable to be looking at people on a beach than, say, on a tube train. But women get perved over in exactly the same way.
I've never seen anybody in a bikini on a tube train.
No, but the men, the toxic men,
I've never seen men in a bikini on a tube train.
Look at women in the same way as though they were wearing it. The other thing I was...
It's the same when they say they're on the tube with a short skirt. You've got the old pervs trying to...
And the other thing as well, Mickey...
And what concerns me is I happen to glance that way. She looks up and see me looking and think that I'm trying to fucking see up her skirt or something.
And the other thing, Mickey, is that you said...
That's because you're on the floor, on your back.
That's because I'm short, yeah. And looking upwards with my camera, yeah.
You said that if you if you make a comment or say something, like pass a compliment to them and they get offended and things, the problem is that we don't know, as women, we don't know which men are going to kill us or they're just saying something nice.
Yeah, exactly that. And that's why I don't say anything to anybody.
Yeah.
In case it's misconstrued.
Strange world, isn't it?
It is a strange world. I mean, back in the 70s, 80s, I wouldn't have thought twice about it. Mind you, I was a lot younger then, obviously, but, you know.
We're talking, we're talking the 1870s here, aren't we? Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I have to double guess myself now, if you like. But yes, Canucks, I mean, I know a few Canucks. I play games with a few Canucks, and they really do come across as nice people. So yeah, but no, it's just.
No, I completely know where you're going from. I mean, I don't mind playing. I quite often play the nurses in the treatment suite where I go comments. It's like I notice if they've changed their hair or I've got a different makeup on or they're wearing different shoes. I do notice, and I always mention it.
But, but Steve, they've got to know you over time.
I know I'm harmless.
So obviously that's what I'm saying. You know, but somebody you briefly, you know, in a pub are saying, "Oh, you look nice," blah blah blah, and the next thing you know, you're getting a fucking mouthful off them. Oh shit! Yeah, maybe it's just me.
Yeah,
that's why I don't talk to many people.
Yeah, I think it's just you, Mickey.
Probably.
Come on, Tracy.
Bit of paranoia. That's all.
Well, we were going to talk about Christine McVie from Fleetwood Mac, who passed away today.
Passed away.
What a childhood icon. My favourite group days. My second favourite group.
She was a very prolific songwriter. She was the pianist, and it's just.
She was in Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac, yeah. So that was Fleetwood Mac. She was the brains behind some of Fleetwood Mac's biggest hits. Don't Stop, Tell Me Little Lies, Rhiannon, Tusk. The Fleetwood Mac of the late 70s, early 80s, Christine McVie and Mick Fleetwood were the driving force. It turned Fleetwood Mac from an on-the-edge rock group into one of the world's biggest supergroups. Along with Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks, the three of them turned Fleetwood Mac into a phenomenal. In the late 70s, early 80s, Fleetwood Mac were phenomenal. I think Rumours is still in the top. Rumours has never been out of the top 10 LPs, has it?
Rumours is just so many good tracks on there.
One of the most sold albums in the world, I think. But
Christine McVie is one of my childhood icons, and she had a massive influence on me through her music. So yeah, if you know the Fleetwood Mac hits, that's Christine McVie was the driving force behind them.
I think she was married to one of the guitarists.
John McVie, yeah,
John McVie.
He's actually John McVie is actually the Mac of Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
Fleetwood is the
Mick Fleetwood is the drummer.
Mick Fleetwood, the drummer.
He was a drummer, yeah.
And basically the whole band were sort of shagging each other and falling in and out of love and everything like this. But it produced so many good songs.
Early 70s, they were on the verge of falling apart. And then they left the UK and went to the States.
And they turned.
Which is when they made
technically, Fleetwood Mac were the world's first supergroup, weren't they?
Supergroup, yeah.
And any of us in Britain will remember that the Chain, the song "The Chain,"
it's still used on Formula
One.
Yeah.
That was my very first Fleetwood Mac song that I knew, track that I knew, because it was always down, 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 down,
which is a middle riff.
And then I didn't know at the time who they were, and then I started liking them about mid-80s when they brought out Tango in the Night, the album Tango in the Night, which had Big Love on it, and that got into the charts, and all of a sudden I've discovered Fleetwood Mac, and I went back through their catalogue and discovered Rumours and all the.
Tusk was a fantastic LP.
Dun 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 Tusk. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, it's gone.
I thought that was the elephant in the room, really, but
Wow.
But Christine McVie, Mick Fleetwood.
They get worse.
When Fleetwood Mac were Christine McVie, John McVie, Mick Fleetwood, Lindsey Buckingham, and Stevie Nicks, they were a phenomenal group. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Don't Stop, Tell Me Lies, Oh Carol, Tusk, Rhiannon.
Unfortunately, we can't play any of their music because
we've got copyright strikes.
Copyright.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'd love to. But I've got rumours. I had rumours on cassette. Do you remember cassettes? I had rumours on vinyl.
Oh yes.
And I had rumours on CD. Funnily enough, just changing the subject a bit, I was talking to somebody about this the other day, right? I used to have cassettes on the wall in a rack, and I used to have vinyl LPs, and then I used to have CDs. Well, about a year and a half ago, the missus went through the house, and she cleared out every single CD in the house and sent them all off to Music Magpie, because every piece of music I've got is now digital.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show how things have changed. I mean, I'm a subscriber to Amazon Prime Music, and I've got Rumours as an LP on Amazon Prime Music. And if I want to listen to it, I just click a button and it plays through my loudspeakers. Or if I want to, I just say, Alexa, play Fleetwood Mac Rumours.
Sure. Prime members now get more music, with 100 million songs available in shuffle mode. Request any album you like, and I'll mix it in with similar music. Shuffling Rumours by Fleetwood Mac and similar tracks.
Alexa, just fucking get on with it and don't lecture me. Jesus Christ.
Songbird!
Yeah, it is Songbird.
Alexa, stop. You get the idea.
That was written by Christine McVie, and it's one of the.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful song.
I've just, yeah.
Oh.
That's not my favourite Fleetwood Mac song. That's not my favourite Fleetwood Mac track at all. Not by a long way. Alexa,
what's yours?
Alexa, play Carol by Fleetwood Mac.
Shuffling Caroline, 2017 master and similar songs as a music.
Oh no, that's Tango in the Night.
Yeah, I know. Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop.
Oh no, is it Tango in the Night? Oh, I can't think of what that one's called now.
I think that was Tusk.
No, it's not. It's,
I couldn't really hear it, but I couldn't because Alexa's very quiet. But that's what I'm saying. Things have changed, right? That now, if I want music, I just tell Alexa to play it.
Oh, it is. It's Caroline. Yeah, it's Caroline. It goes Caroline.
Yeah. But I just tell Alexa to play the music. I mean, last night I had a bit of trouble getting to sleep, and I was still tossing and turning at 3 o'clock this morning. So I said to Alexa, "Can you play some relaxing music?" And she played me some sea sounds.
Oh.
The sounds of the ocean rolling up against the shore, and I fell asleep. But I mean, it just goes to show how much life has changed. That I've gone from having a vinyl collection, a cassette collection, a CD collection, to having none and doing that. And it's the same. we got rid of all of our DVDs. I've only got a couple of Blu-rays now. Like I've got the Alien box set and the Terminator box set. But the rest of the stuff is all online with Netflix and Amazon Movies and all the other services that I subscribe to. Yeah. See, you do know who Fleetwood Mac are, Eris. They had Fleetwood Mac are one of those groups, right? You don't realise how many hits they had until you start to list them and remember them, and then you realise they had a phenomenal number of hits, didn't they?
Yeah. And I think a lot of people don't realise that some of the songs that they hear are Fleetwood Mac if they're listening, because it wasn't just the same singer. It just wasn't just the one singer. It was mainly
Mick Fleetwood. Mick Fleetwood was the only constant.
So is John, though. So is John McVie.
But yeah,
actually, they were all pretty constant. But Christine left for a while, and Lindsay Buckingham hasn't been playing with them for the last few years. It's the guy from Crowded House is playing now instead of Lindsay Buckingham. But no, but you don't realise, because the singers change depending on who wrote the song and what the song is and everything. So there was Christine, Stevie and Lindsay were the main singers, but it all depended on what the song was. So you might be listening to something and not realising that it's Fleetwood Mac. I'm trying to think of what that. I can see what Eris has written. The thunder always happens when it's raining. That's it. I got it. Players only love you when you're playing.
Sorry, it was Fleetwood Mac, Diane. It wasn't Carol. It was Diane that is Fleetwood Mac's my favourite song of Fleetwood Mac's.
Oh well, go on then. Lindsay Buckingham, yeah.
Sorry, John McVie playing guitar.
That's Lindsay Buckingham.
No, John McVie is playing guitar in the background. Lindsay Buckingham is singing, but John McVie is playing the guitar.
Okay.
That's my favourite Fleetwood Mac song. I'm probably going to get a strike for that tomorrow. You watch. Oh, well.
It'll just be blocked out. It might just be too rough.
Yeah, I'll look at it tomorrow. That's my favourite Fleetwood song, Diane. I forgot about that, Diane. But yeah, Lindsay Buckingham. It's really funny because they used to take the piss out of them, saying, "Hang on, you've got a lead singer that's got female lead singer that's got a boy's name, and a female lead man that's got a girl's name." And I used to laugh about that. Stevie Nicks and Lindsay Buckingham, and I've got to admit, Stevie Nicks was actually quite a horny girl. There were quite some young fantasies about her. What about you, Mickey? Did you have any fantasies over Stevie Nicks? Yeah.
Still do,
Not
mate.
as much
Still
as I have
good.
over Susanna Hoffs. Oh my God.
Not as much as you have over the fucking poisoned wall from up north.
Oh, Susanna Hoffs. Oh my God. Susanna Hoffs is the mistress of the dirty look. You know who Susanna Hoff is, don't you, Mickey?
Yes.
She
walks like
yeah,
an
she
Egyptian.
is the mistress of the dirty look. She is. My God. Oh.
I don't know. I quite like
Chrissy Hind is another one.
Joan Jett. Joan Jett.
Oh, right, yeah, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. I love rock and roll. Chrissy Hind is another one.
Yeah, she was another. Yeah, and Susie Q.
Yeah.
Susie Q in her tight leather. One of my school. I mean, I think that taught me how to masturbate. Actually, Susie Q in her black bloody leathers.
Devilgate Drive. I'm just imagining me. Devilgate Drive. Well, this isn't how I expected tonight's stream to go. I've got to be honest and say that. This is not how...
Well, how did you expect it?
Well, I don't know. I should know because when you're on Facebook, right? When you're on Facebook, which I'm no longer on Facebook because they banned me for life because I'm a very bad person. You ask a question and you get a million answers that got nothing to do with the question. And everybody goes off on completely different tangents. And this is turning into like Facebook now, that we set a theme and everybody goes off on a million different tangents and the theme's gone out the fucking window. I hope you're writing that down, Tracy. Look, my pencil arrived.
But does it matter?
My pencil arrived today.
It doesn't matter because it's all audience interaction. It's all audience driven, and you know, so it doesn't matter what we yap on about.
We let the audience
Whatever it is, we know it's going to be a load of old fucking
rubbish.
rubbish.
Because it's organic, it's natural. It's not. Yeah. It's not. Well, we'll talk about that later.
Well, in the case of Susie Q, it's orgasmic.
Yeah, and it's orgasmic,
yeah,
organic and orgasmic, especially with that butt plug that Steve had to wear to make his voice go higher. Hello.
On a more serious note, what I'd like to know from our audience is, why haven't we blown up yet? Why haven't we taken off yet? We're doing something on Twitch that nobody else has ever done. We are completely unique. Why have we not taken off? What are we doing? What do we need to do to take off? And if it involves taking our clothes off, it's not happening. But seriously, audience, why haven't we taken off?
Just that.
You know, there are no other old people doing a chat show.
Need a few minutes to have a pee.
Exactly. There are no old people that have to keep going to have a pee. No, seriously, it's a serious question. There are no other people on Twitch or any other streaming service doing what we're doing. Why aren't we taking? Why haven't we blown up? That's something I don't understand. I would have thought that there would have been a demand for this because it's so unique. We're not copying anybody else.
It's just people finding us.
Yeah.
There you go. It takes around 2 years for most streamers to reach 20 viewers. And Steve, we've had 20 viewers 2 or 3 times. So I think we're doing pretty good.
I'd like us to do better because we're doing something. I mean, Eris, do you think, I could be wrong, Eris, do you think we are unique? That's a very simple question.
20 average viewers, yeah. I don't know what our 20 average is.
I'll tell you what our average viewers is right now. Hang on. Tell you what our average viewers is. Our average viewers is 5.5.
Right.
I want to know why we haven't blown up, because the one thing that I was always taught about streaming and the internet is be unique, do something, don't copy everybody else, right? When you copy other people, what you're doing is you're not gaining anything, you're diluting the existing pool.
Yeah.
And we are unique. And I don't understand why we've not taken off yet, unless we are completely fucking boring. What do you reckon, Tracy? We're boring.
No, I don't think we're boring, but you know, there are things that we haven't tried yet.
Oh, what?
Well, we stream at the same time every day.
Yeah.
I've said to you before that we could try doing a lunchtime stream one day or something.
That would involve me getting out of bed, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I know it would. We could do it from our beds. I'll get people watching.
I'll wait till Mickey comes. You've actually reminded me of something. Mickey, as much as I'd love to go to Cos with you, right? I can't fucking believe that, because you may not realise it, people, but I'm actually disabled and I need a wheelchair to get about. Although, if you saw Mark's stream, have you seen Mark's VOD yet, Tracy?
I did.
Right.
I did. I heard clearly you going, turn around, you twat.
Mickey, so Cos is definitely out because I've looked at the accessible. I've looked at the accessible hotels, right, and they're almost twice the price, which is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm not doing it, so I've still got that week off. But I'm going to.
I've got my feelers out because obviously I know a lot of people there. And there are apartments you can rent privately.
I've already booked Mallorca.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to Mallorca that week because I'm going to somewhere where I know that I can use my wheelchair. I can get in and out of the hotel, and the transport's good. So I'm going to Mallorca that week. But
Yeah,
this
that's
is going somewhere. While I'm away, you'll be away the same time, although we're going away June the 4th. You're going away June the 7th, which is Wednesday. We're going away June the 4th, which is Sunday.
Sunday.
I'm working on a way that we can still do our 3 times stream, but you'll be in Cos, I'll be in Mallorca, and Tracy will be in
which
Clapham.
is
I might not be.
well, I mean, you'll be on the same time as I
Yeah.
am. Where I am in Kos, it'll be 2 hours in advance of you guys.
because that time of year, Mallorca is an hour ahead of the UK.
Yeah,
we're,
and I'll be an hour ahead
halfway
of
between you and
Mallorca.
the UK.
Yeah.
So we should sort of be on about the same time. So it should be about right with Tracy joining us from Clapham. The only other place she'll be is Scotland. She doesn't go anywhere else. She's Mrs.
I
Boring.
go to Hastings sometimes.
What?
I go to Hastings sometimes.
Hastings,
I might be in Hastings.
Yeah, you might be nice.
Eris says they say the best way to grow on Twitch is making friends by participating in 10 to 20 streams and being a part of their community. Then you share raids, you get a lot more traffic and more people coming in.
Yeah.
So I have actually seen that.
Yeah, we've tried that, and with the exception of your one and a couple of others, most of the communities. I mean, I've got to be honest, Eris. You know that community you recommended the other day.
What the
I'm not going to say anything. Mickey, you tell her.
It's going to leave it up to you to get in trouble.
Yeah, you tell her, Mickey.
What, that I found him boring doing his dad
I
dancing?
wanted to hang myself. 30 seconds into his stream, I wanted to hang myself.
To be fair, I went on his yesterday afternoon, and he was doing some, doing some cooking in the kitchen. I didn't realise he's a single father bringing up 2 or 3 kids.
Oh.
Somebody else said, oh, you want to go on this stream, right? And we decided to do it, and it's just a guy playing games. He doesn't even talk to his audience. He just runs around shooting people like you do, Mickey. So we've had the only person I've ever had any real reaction with is Mad Mark, who's a streamer that I know.
Yeah.
And the other day I actually sniped his stream, didn't I, Tracy?
Yep.
I still haven't seen any of that.
Yeah. Did you see the guy in Tesco's giving him the evils?
I did, yes, that was hilarious.
It wasn't me. He was definitely giving him the evils, wasn't he?
Yes.
Has he put the VOD up then?
He has now, yeah. This guy that I'm just about to post into the chat there, he's from Manchester and he came down and met up with Mad Mark outside the pub. He seems like a really nice guy. I'm following him on Discord and everything. And again, because I followed him, he started following me, and we all sort of like had this big sort of loving. But they're so that's another guy that you might want to follow, Steve, because it's an IRL chat. Like yesterday, he was in a Christmas market. He went to a Christmas market in Manchester, and then he went to.
Do you know what? That Christmas market, right? I was reading a bit about that today. The Manchester Christmas market.
Oh.
How much do you reckon a cup of coffee?
I can tell you now that a simple hot dog, right, is £7.
18 quid for a fucking coffee.
18 quid.
Yeah.
18 quid for a coffee.
That's taking the piss.
That's what people were saying.
It's like Mark.
Really
Mark went to the local Bromley Christmas market, and he was there last night. And I said to him, "Oh, I fancy going up there. How much is a pint?" And he said, "It's quite cheap. It's £6." And I said, "How much is that hot dog you've got?" He said, "It's £7." And I said to him, "Mark, you can get a hooker for £7." His reply was, "Any hooker you can get for £7, I don't want to go in." And I thought, well, I mean, you can pay £1,000 and they'll still be as pox-ridden. But, I mean, £7 for a hot dog. £13.50 for a hot dog and a pint of beer. I just couldn't believe it. You could have a 3-course meal, go to a cinema, get 20 fags and get laid for that, and have change to buy some drugs. I just found it to be not to my liking, Eris. I'm sorry. I don't take that as any sort of slight. It just wasn't to my liking. I didn't find his stream to have anything that interested me, and I left it after about 2 minutes. I probably left after the best bits, which I shouldn't have done. That's me. That's not him. That's me.
Yeah, I think she meant like when she just says she said it just
Gonna
the
check on
people
my
watching were a
sausages.
good audience for us, because if you think about it, he's a mature guy. I'm not going to say old, you know, but he's a mature guy, and he seems like his heart. Oh, he's gone. He seems
I'm
like his
listening.
heart's in the right. It seems like his heart's in the right place, and everything. And like Mickey said, that he was doing a cooking stream the other day. I didn't catch that. I did get a notification that he was doing, I think it was some Thanksgiving dinner. He was cooking and filming along. But the other time that I popped in on him, he was working out in the gym, and the angle was like down here. And he was obviously on a walking machine, and he wasn't interacting with the audience or anything at that time. But I've still got him in my list, and I agree, Eris, that it does help if you get involved in a community and you're not just talking to the person on screen, you're talking to the people in the chat box. And then you get people who like you and want to follow you and things. So, which is how the guy that I typed in earlier, where it's called "This is Kurt," he's from North England, and there we go. Lots of sausages, mukbang time.
I was wrong, Tracy. What I said about £18 for it's £18 for 2 hot chocolates.
Oh, that's still disgusting.
Not for a coffee. I was wrong.
Yeah, still disgusting.
But that's still
£9
fucking
each.
extortion, isn't it? Huh?
That's the £9 each.
Yeah. A pint of lager or cider is £5, but you have to pay £2 deposit in case you don't take back the plastic glass.
How? I don't get that. How is a pint of so let's say you said it was a fiver, but with £2 deposit, so it's £7.
Yeah.
How is a pint of beer £7, but a cup of hot chocolate is £9?
Exactly that.
How does that even work?
Have you seen the price of milk lately?
Oh dear.
You don't no, but they're probably getting
Milk is more expensive than petrol at the moment. Did you know that?
they're probably getting a powder out and pouring hot water onto it. It's probably an instant thing, not a cooking up the milk business.
Where do you think
If
they
it's
get
a
instant
powder-
milk from?
Pardon?
Where do you think they get instant milk from?
No, not instant milk, instant hot chocolate.
Yeah, but it's got.
Which is like £2
powdered milk
for
in
a
it.
tub.
Have you seen the price of milk? It's £1.67 a pint.
Wait, did it 167 a pint?
Yep,
I'll get 4 pints for that.
bloody expensive.
I'm paying £1.50 for 2 pints of lactose free.
It's going up.
£1.
I promise you, it's going up. I was in the co-op the other day, and that's what it was, £1.67 a pint. But milk is going up, like the shortage of eggs.
I tell you what, I don't know if there is a shortage or if they're managing to get it through or anything, but when I did my Tesco order the other day, there was loads, a big choice of eggs. There was a couple of ranges not there at the moment, but there was a big choice of eggs, and they'd clearly been affected by the bird flu thing, because one of them said barn eggs, which they obviously can't say that they're free range if they're now in the barn, so they're now free range, allowed to roam in the barn. They came back in stock. They and no battery eggs.
If you go on Twitter, it's all the fault of Brexit.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Speaking
Bird
of which,
flu.
did you read what Nigel Farage said today?
No.
I read what you put about it.
Nigel Farage is on Twitter, right? Saying,
He's a fucking
I know he's a
cock.
fucking cock. Nigel Farage, I really don't understand why he's popular. He said that now London, Manchester and Birmingham,
Yeah.
white British are the minority.
And some fact checkers checked,
This is
and it's completely
opposite.
untrue. Yeah.
Completely untrue.
Yeah.
I don't know about Birmingham. I haven't checked Birmingham, but London is completely untrue.
Yeah.
Over 50% of the population of London are white British.
Yeah.
I agree, he's a cock. I don't understand why he's popular. I don't understand how we're struggling for 5 viewers and he's got a fucking television show that gets 17 million viewers. Is it because he's a cock, Mickey?
Those sausages
He is a
sound
cock. He's
amazing.
total cock.
Those sausages sound amazing.
Oh, they
But
are.
you've got the right
Nice.
you've got the right amount of crisp on the outside.
Air fryer.
That's an air fryer.
I've asked Santa for an air fryer for Christmas. I said I don't want anything expensive. I just want a simple one that I can cook things in.
Tower air fryer, about 50 quid this cost us a few years back.
Yeah, that's all I need. I've asked for Santa. I just so
Richmond,
my fingers.
Richmond pork and beef.
I think mine was 100 quid, my air fryer.
I know the one that I got for my daughter.
But it's a Ninja.
Oh,
One of the more expensive, mate.
the one that I got for my daughter was a Tefal, and it was about 80 or 100 or something at the time. But and she's loved it for about 4 or 5 years.
Mine's a tower.
And now her partner has bought her a Ninja, which has got different compartments. And
well, that's where I made the mistake. I bought the single drawer one. I wish I'd spent, I think it's 20 or 30 quid more and got the double drawer one, so you can do 2 different things at once.
Mine's got shelves.
But it's actually cheaper than run and turning my oven on, and my oven's gas. So, and same with microwaving. Apparently, it's cheaper than cooking with your oven.
Well, these sausages, right?
Although I don't like microwave fucking food.
But slow cooker as well. Slow cookers only take.
I did a stew on. Well, I did a pork casserole on Monday in my slow cooker trays.
Yeah, I don't work it out.
And it was pennies.
Yeah, I was
pennies.
going to say I don't work it out myself, but somebody worked out that it's something like 30 or 40p for an 8-hour.
Yeah, I put mine on at 10 in the morning, and we had. By the time we got round, it was about 6:15 at night. That was lovely, lovely and tender.
Yeah.
Bit of pork, bit of apple, bit of onion, few mushrooms.
I put these on for 17 minutes at 200 degrees, and they are perfect. Look at that.
Yeah.
Are they nice and soft inside as well? See, that's what I mean. You've got the crisp on the outside and the softness. Oh, God's sake. I have no sausages in the house.
Chips. I put my chips in there and then I sprinkle them with paprika.
Yeah, Sean does that.
And then about 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Out they come. Yeah, look, we're having a cookery program now. Look.
That's what I'd like to do. I mean, that's the main thing of why I want to do it, because when you put in the oven on just for like a couple of potatoes that you've chipped or wedged, it's so wasteful. And of course, you can't do them in the slow cooker because the slow cooker just makes them nice and soft. And that's what I want an air fryer for. I want to be able to do spuds, chuck spuds in, let it cook.
There's just me and Sean in the house, and for Sunday we had roast pork for dinner, and everything apart from the we had that mange too. Mixed veg, which is petit pois, sweet corn, and baby carrots. You know the mange too, mixed veg.
Yeah.
That was done in a steamer on the gas cooker. But everything else, the Yorkshire, roast pork, the roast potatoes, and the Yorkshire pudding. I have Yorkshires with every roast dinner.
So do I.
They're all done in the air fryer. And the only thing that was done on the cooker was the gas hob, where we didn't actually boil it because I don't like boiled veg because it takes the flavour out of it. We've got a steamer that sits on top of a pan full of water, so you still get the nice crisp vegetables, and that was absolutely gorgeous. But apart from that was all done in the air fryer. We sat down and looked at the electricity bills, and the air fryer is costing about 20% of the cost of a cooker.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Those sausages were absolutely fucking gorgeous.
And when you do chips or wedges in an air fryer, by the very fact of its name, an air fryer, you use so much less.
Well, there's no fat. We don't use any fat at all. Just drips onto the tray at the bottom.
Well, when I'm doing chips, what I do, I've got one of them little spray bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chips in just
We
spray.
don't even do
lightly
that, Mickey. We
sprayed
just
stuff.
put them straight onto the tray.
No, I don't. I always put a bit just to
It gives,
moisten them a bit.
it gives you that feeling of eating fried chips
Yeah.
without
But
having.
you don't need to. I mean, we
I'm going to go and do
make
some more
omelettes.
sausages. I'm sorry. I'll be back in a minute.
We do omelettes in it and all sorts of
I'll be
things.
back in a minute.
Oh.
I find the omelettes, they drip through the tray.
No, but yeah, well, we take the tray out of ours and then you put them in the base.
I'll be back in a minute.
My
I'm going to go and
daughter-
put some more sausages on.
My daughter's done fake
It's
fried.
all non-stick.
My daughter's done fake fried chicken in hers and fake fried chicken pieces. And so obviously you follow the recipe in that, and instead of obviously putting it in the oven, what you do is you put it in the air fryer. You take the paddle out, you take that out, you put it in the air fryer, and she said that they came out absolutely perfectly, like you would think that they'd been in an oil pressure cooker.
Yeah. I mean, you can roast a chicken in it. The only thing is, when you roast a chicken, you don't get that nice brown crispy skin on the top.
Oh right, yeah.
But yeah, you can do that in it.
I don't mind too much. The thing is, if I get crispy skin on a chicken, I have to eat then the skin, which yeah,
If it's all soft and soggy, I don't.
exactly. So
It's only if it's crispy I'll eat the skin
yeah,
of the
exactly.
chicken.
So it's not too much of a hardship not to have the crispy skin, because 50% of the calories are in the skin, and although it's delicious, and I quite actually like boiling, simmering, whatever, a chicken in a pot, whole chicken in a pot, because you end up with so much tender stuff, and you get so much tender meat, you get the a pan of stock, and you get skin you can't eat because it's disgusting, so that's instantly taken all those calories away.
Yeah.
We are on a cookery thing. It's Steve's fault.
Yeah, him and his sausages, yeah.
Those sausages
Make me
did look
hungry.
good. I don't like Richmond sausages because they're expensive, but they're cheap quality, but they're expensive to buy.
I like Asda pork sausages. They're all right.
Yeah.
Asda pork sausages are all right.
Yeah.
And they're about half the price of the bloody Richmonds.
I like.
I got some Richmonds frozen ones, but they're not the same
Oh right, yeah.
as fresh Richmonds.
I like a proper rough, coarse, like farmer sausage that you can actually buy from like a market.
Fucking spilt tomato
Yeah.
sauce on his shirt, didn't I?
Well, how can you tell?
Because there's a big patch.
There's a big fucking patch. I just wiped it off. They'll have to go in the wash. Sorry, I've got to apologise. Yeah, I know. I heard what you were saying. It's turned into a cookery thing. That's sort of partly my fault because I had chemotherapy last Friday, and for the first 5 days after chemotherapy, I'm on high dose 100 milligrams of steroids per day. Steroids are wonderful. They make me feel like I'm on top of the world, but by Christ, do they make me eat like a horse. That being said, all I've had for dinner, all I've had to eat today is, I didn't get up till 11:30 because I had a lot of trouble sleeping last night, as I told you. I didn't get up till 11:30 today, and I didn't eat until Sean cooked dinner tonight, which is spag bowl at about 6 o'clock. So all I've had to eat today is one bowl of spag bowl and then 6 Richmond sausages, and I've just put another 5 in the air fryer.
Oh.
Those ones were just pork. Now I've got pork and beef. And they're Richmond and they're frozen ones. But I like Mickey. I do like the fresh ones. Richmond make just fantastic sausages. They're just really nice. And the other week, quite some time ago, there's some kids outside Tesco's saying, mate, will you go in there and get me a packet of fags? I said, what do you want? They said, get me a packet of Richmond. So I did. They were so fucking surprised with what I come out with. So yeah, it's sort of partly my fault, and it's down to the medication. The steroids I'm on are something called prednisolone, and I mean, when you get 100 milligrams of them steroids a day, you do feel like you're on top of you do feel like you can fight the fucking world. But by Christ, you eat like a horse. I mean, look at me. Since I've been on treatment, I've gone from being 70 kilos to 84 kilos. That's 14 kilos, which is an increase of 30 pounds. That's over 2.5 stone. I've gone up from 11 stone to 13.5 stone. And that's purely down to steroids. Tracy knows what I was like when I was slimmer, doesn't he, Tracy?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
And it's,
Exactly the same as he is now, but 15 kilos lighter.
yeah.
And with hair.
Yeah, and with hair, yeah.
Sorry,
hair.
see, you talking about that reminded me of something that I need to ask in a minute, but also it was in our chat the other day. Jim said that he's been told he needs to eat and keep, don't worry about the weight, he needs to keep eating.
Andrew.
And it made me think,
Andrew.
what? Jim.
Oh, Jim, yeah, sorry, Jim, yeah.
How is Jim? Have we heard from him? Has he been on Facebook? Is he okay?
No. He's really bad. He should be seeing his specialist today. He's really not doing too good at all. He messaged me briefly to say that he's not too good. So I don't know other than that. I don't like to push him on it because he's going through his own personal hell at the moment. So bear in mind, he's only been discovered his cancer is late stage. I mean, it's not like mine. Mine was discovered really early because I had the wherewithal to go to the doctors at the first sign. He ignored the first sign for a long, long time. If there was bad news in the next couple of weeks, it wouldn't come as a surprise.
Yeah.
He left it too late before doing anything because he didn't make the connection. I didn't make the connection with my cancer, but I knew something wasn't right. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I knew. I didn't think it was cancer, but I knew something wasn't right, which is why I went to the doctors. And as the doctor said, I went early enough that something could be done about it.
My mother was the same. My mother was complaining to me. My mum and dad shared a house, but they weren't together. They had their own bedrooms. They were just sharing a house for bills and everything like that. They were still friends. And my mother was complaining to me about a pile that she had developed because once she had to push my dad down the road in a wheelchair, once. And she was still complaining of it 18 months later. And that it got bigger and it was quite sore. And she thinks that she had prolapsed hemorrhoids and strangulated ones. And she was saying, oh, they're really easy to sort on the NHS. They'll just tie them off or whatever. My dad had that at some point. My granddad, she's saying, my dad had that. And so she was passing off and I was going, Mum, it doesn't sound good. You shouldn't, if your piles are getting worse, you should be going to the doctor.
I hope you're taking notice of this, Mickey.
I didn't even think that it was going to be a cancer thing. I thought she had herniated piles that were getting worse. And she was wearing tenor ladies and nappies on her backside. I knew that. I could see it through her trousers. She was sitting on. Where's he gone? What's he doing? Is this going to be show and tell? What's happening?
No, I hope, because Mickey's been complaining about his chest just lately and his arm, isn't he? So I'm hoping he's taking notice and gets himself to the doctors.
My mother started off by sitting on a memory foam rubber ring, and then she put a pillow under it, and then she put another pillow, to the point where she was almost standing up. Her backside was so there you go. Her backside was so sore that she was almost standing up, sitting on this thing. And I was going, Mum, this is not normal. Go to the doctor. She went to the doctor and she had a blood test and she showed me the results. And I saw instantly her white blood count was up. And I thought, oh no, there's something worse going on here. And I said, Mum, you need to go. What's that? Is that a suppository?
Have you been to the doctors, Mickey?
No.
Are you going to go?
This is my poo sample.
I know it's your poo sample, but are you going to go about your other problem?
Now the problem is that my mum, it wasn't
your arm, Mickey, and your pain. Are you going to go? He's ignoring us, isn't he, Tracy?
He is.
I am.
Let me carry on with what I was saying anyway. So I saw on her blood test results that her white blood cells were up, and I thought this does not look good. But I was saying to my mum, you need to go to the doctor. There's probably an infection somewhere, and I'm not surprised if your piles are that bad. Anyway, she went to the doctor, and I've seen the results. I've seen all her notes now and everything, and it doesn't make very good reading, because apparently she had a fungating hole, like she developed a second hole and everything. It was really terrible to read. She had a massive tumour. She'd been telling me all this time that it was piles, and apparently there was this massive tumour. Anyway, she got diagnosed with anal cancer and everything like this. But by the time she'd gone to the doctor and gone to the hospital, it had spread. I can't pronounce it. It had spread.
Metastases.
Say it again.
Metastases.
Metastasized. I can never pronounce it. It had spread to her liver and her lungs. So it had gone from something that was easily treatable, had she gone when she first was presenting with piles, to something that was terminal by the time she went.
Can I just quickly change the subject? We'll carry on with this.
You can.
Call it a day at 1:45.
Yeah.
Mickey?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, no, carry on, Tracy. I'm just Mickey. You've had a pain in your arm, which Jim has related to you, could well be something completely different, but you're not going to go to the doctors about it, are you?
It's gone.
Yeah, until it comes back.
Well, I'm glad it's gone. Whatever it was, I'm glad it's gone.
Sorry, carry on, Tracy.
No, that was my story. You know, my mum, she just kept putting it off until it was too late. And what really she should have done is, in the first month of suffering with piles that were getting worse, it wasn't like one came up and then went down and then up and then down. They were just getting worse. Now, and practically standing up, having to sit on so many pillows, really she should have just gone to the doctor. I know she was probably scared of what they were going to tell her, but had she gone a year before she did, that wouldn't have spread. They'd have been able to treat it, because the radiotherapy they did on the tumour made the tumour completely disappeared. They managed to eradicate the tumour completely. But she had these mets on her liver and her lungs because she'd left it for such a long time. And that is the thing. Had she not left it, she'd have been cured. But she did leave it, and she didn't get cured.
Well, I didn't think that I had cancer, but like I say, I knew something wasn't right. Now, I'm not a hypochondriac. I won't see it. I mean, I've always said it, and this is true. You will not catch me in a hospital casualty unless my leg is dropping off. Right? If my leg has fallen off, then I'll pick my leg up and I might go into a hospital casualty department. But other than that, there is no way that I'm going to casualty ever. I can't think of anywhere else in the world I'd rather not be. But I will go to the doctors if I think something's not right. And with my cancer, I knew something wasn't right. I didn't make the connection it was cancer, but I knew something wasn't right. And I thought, well, it's not going to do any harm for the doctor just to check me out. If nothing else, they're going to say, well, you're being a bit of an idiot. And I've been told throughout my life I'm a bit of an idiot, so I'm quite used to that. And I'm glad I went, because she said, that needs looking at. I'm going to make a referral. And I got an instant referral. Within 2 weeks, I was being seen by a cancer specialist. I knew I had cancer, and they started me on treatment. And here I am. This was 2013. Now we're in 2022. I'm a 9-year cancer survivor. All right, I'm still going through treatment now. But I never, ever, ever expected back in 2013, when I was told that I had cancer, to still be here now. And all because I went to the doctors when I thought there was something wrong. I'm still here. And I'm grateful for that. And I've still got a good quality of life. And I'd suggest that to anybody. If there's something you think that's not right about you, don't put it off. Don't hope it'll get better. Go to the doctors. What's the worst that can happen? I'm glad I did. Like I say, I'm a 9-year cancer. I've got an incurable cancer, and I'm a 9-year survivor, which is really good, because, yeah, all right, okay, I'm on treatment again now, but at the end of the day, it's helping me live longer. I'm hoping for another 5 years out of this treatment. For another 5 years would be great. If I can come here and stream and say I'm now a 15-year survivor, I'll be well happy, because back in 2013, 5 years was unexpected, and I've had 9, so I'm well happy. which is why you need to go to the doctors, Mickey. You're ignoring me again, aren't you?
No. I'm listening.
Tell him, Tracy.
I'm listening.
No, he knows. He knows. We want you to stay around a bit longer, Mickey.
So at least Saturday.
Only the good die young. I've got fucking years ahead of me.
Saturday, what did you say?
Who?
You said Saturday.
Yeah, I want him to stay with us till at least Saturday.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's my next streaming.
Oh, here he goes. Yay!
Oh, you managed to get some bits then, Mickey.
Yeah, what I had to do was unlink my PayPal and then relink it.
Fucking hell.
Woohoo!
And it took me ages to find out how to fucking unlink it. I did it today. It took me about half an hour to find out where to unlink it. But it's actually under a bit called wallets in your...
So, Tracy,
your,
in the last 10 minutes, do you want to explain the cow a bit better?
Done the cow.
Yeah, but
What's the cow that rampaged through the town and killed a bloke?
Yeah. That was literally it. As soon as I saw it, I thought of Best Pal. Best Pal's friends. One of Best Pal's friends got loose.
yeah, but you
Went on
can't beat the water buffalo story the other year from Wales.
What? In our titles, we got Qatar slaves.
Ah, yes, that was the one that we haven't done.
We've got 10 minutes to...
Yeah,
Sorry?
I knew that they'd had some of their workforce dying, the ones that have did the World Cup.
Thousands
building.
of them.
Well, yeah, Qatar official says 400 to 500 migrant workers died on World Cup projects, and it's just like one death is too much. But the way that they're sort of throwing around
Blasé. So fucking blasé.
that's what I'm saying. The estimate is around 400. Fawadi told the TV show Piers Morgan Uncensored. Between 400 and 500. I don't have the precise number. That is something that's being discussed. They said one death is too many. It's as simple as that. But every year, the health and safety standards on the sites are improving, at least on our sites, the World Cup sites, the ones we're responsible for. And honestly, so the reason I called it Qatar slaves is because they must have been forced to work until they died, and that's slavery. And it's disgusting. In a modern world, and in a country with that much money, you can't treat your workers who are building a multi-billion-pound industry, or from scratch. You can't treat your workers well enough to actually keep them alive. Just unbelievable. So that's why I wanted to mention.
It was. Right on Tracy's boob.
Which way I've got to move? I can't. No, it's that way. Oh, there we go. It looks like it's come out of Steve's bottom, though. I can't get the. Oh, it's gone. It went before I could
Get a sniff.
Get a sniff of it. Yeah, scratch and sniff. So yeah, so that was. I just wanted to mention that.
But I think that guy the thing you just read out. I think that's an underestimation by a lot.
Oh yeah.
By
500.
Yeah, but he didn't even seem to give a toss about that, from what you're saying.
Yeah.
As if it was an everyday occurrence.
Yeah.
And not only that, but the conditions they lived in, not only they worked, and I mean they were working 14, 18 hours a day.
That's what I mean.
But the conditions they kept them in was, akin to slavery.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. It was, if they had no choice.
Yeah.
And they were.
And I think a lot of them came from places like Afghan and places like that, from what I understand.
Oh yeah, I can't remember where I saw that they came from. I can't remember actually. Just see if
a lot of Asian, Asian, India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, all around that area. I think a lot of them came from.
I'm just seeing if I can see, and they were migrant workers. It just totally puts me off watching because of the because it's while I've been watching, I've been half expecting some of the stands to collapse, just not because they're bad workers. I just mean it was flung up and really quickly.
I must admit, I had divided loyalties about that, watching it.
I'm just reading another article. It says the deaths of the migrant workers in Qatar to the build-up to this year's World Cup have drawn criticisms across the world. The tournament's organisers put the official count at 40.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
That's a multiple of 100.
Wow. Just fuck.
It really is.
Oh, here we go. How many migrant workers in Qatar? But bear in mind, I'm reading this off of a newspaper. And where do they come from? The population of Qatar is about 3 million, roughly 88% of whom are foreign citizens. The migrant workforce is estimated at 2 million, comprising of 95% of the labour force. About 1 million people are employed in construction and another 100,000 are domestic workers. Mostly men. A large percentage come from the Philippines and South Asian countries, including India, Pakistan, Nepal, and Bangladesh.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I think it's disgusting.
Yeah.
The official count among workers.
Oh, they probably only went there because they're that poor that they thought they could send money home to the families.
And Qatar is a very rich country.
Rich country, yeah.
The official count among workers on World Cup sites is 37 non-work related deaths and only 3 from work related accidents. But many believe that's a vast undercount.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to let you know, there's about a minute to go, people. So at this moment, I'm going to say my goodbyes. I'll leave you two to chat, and I'll say goodbye. And we'll see you on Saturday for, I hope, a much longer stream. We begin a lot earlier on Saturday. We begin at 8:30 when Tracy's not ready.
What? No, excuse me. I was my birthday weekend. I was allowed to not be ready.
Yeah, but it's your idea to start that time.
Yeah, but it was my birthday and I was ready. I was complete. I did the title and I got my clothes on and I put my face on. What more do you need? It was and then we streamed for 6 hours, so I was more than ready.
Well, you did.
Mickey did.
I know.
Right, so it's goodbye from me. Over to you, Tracy.
Yeah. Goodbye. Good night. See you on Saturday, 8:30.
And it's good night from me. Stay safe. Keep your family safe. See you Saturday.
We want Twitch, England flag or faces.
We'll have faces.
Faces.
We'll have faces
I want
today.
Mickey to say that was the Woody Show.
Too late. The faces got there first.